What's up? What's up? What's popping? What's popping? You know, you have to be real careful of people who have something bad to say about having any level of morality. Whenever a person will say a comment such as morality is for the weak, that's a person you have to watch out for. And I recommend you stay away from because a motherfucker like that who actually had holds such negative views when it comes to having any level of morality is a type of is a sociopath in my opinion, and is a type of person that would stop at nothing to get what they want, even if they have to cause harm to other people. These types of people have zero integrity. They have zero consideration for others. They have zero compassion. They lack any type of um empathy. These people are these these people to me have no soul. I don't give a damn what God you worship or whether or not you believe in the God. But if you don't have morality, or if you don't believe in having any types of moral, or if you don't believe that having morality is a good thing, something's wrong with you, you know. And a few years ago, when a lot of people within the so-called black manosphere was making a statement such as morality is for the weak, a lot of them uncovered something about themselves. They uncovered how they lack these qualities that I just mentioned. They showed how they fit the description of a fucking sociopath. Because if you understand the mind of a sociopath or someone who suffers from what's called sociopathy, which is an actual mental illness, these types of people lack morality at the end of the day. So, thus, a few years ago, when these types of people were actually promoting such a ridiculous statement, they showed how sociopathic they are, which further solves why this online space is in the condition that it's in. When you have people who hold such negative views when it comes to having morality, it's no surprise why you have such a space that reflects on that types of way of thinking. I'm thinking about it. Morality is simple. To define what morality is to have a certain set of beliefs in which you're able to differentiate what is right and what is wrong. That's really what it is in a nutshell. And if you think that having that within you is something bad, something's wrong with you. But ironically, right? This is the irony when it came to a lot of these individuals who a few years ago would go around uh the space and say morality is for the weak. The irony is these same individuals would turn around and complain. Well, the complaints that they would have about so-called black females were mostly moral complaints. Or in other words, they would complain about the immoral behavior of a certain sect of black females, yet turn around and say morality is for the weak. You understand? You understand that you understand how hypocritical that is, how contradicting that is. On one end, they preach to how morality is for the weak, but on the other end, when they would complain about black females, The types of complaints, for the most part, that they would have are moral issues concerning black females. I mean, they will complain about these same individuals will complain about the the debauchery of so-called black females. They will complain about how black females would have children out of wedlock. These are all moral issues that they would have against black females. They will complain about the disloyalty of black females in relationships, how a lot of black females would cheat, how a lot of black, they will complain about how 70% of divorces are in America are initiated by females. I mean, once again, these are moral issues that these same types of males who would say that morality is weak would complain about. Shoot. A lot of them will even complain about the high abortion rate in black America. So once again, how in the world would you turn around and preach how morality is for the weak, but yet complain, but yet complain about the moral issues or the immorality of black females? Then in your own logic, you want like you're promoting weakness, right? Because if you think morality is weak, then you should actually applaud the black females that you complain about for not having morality, right? I mean, these same individuals who would preach how morality is for the weak would also complain about quote unquote pookies and ray rays, right? Or who they consider to be the dusty, unproductive, uh black males who are into criminal activity and what have you, right? And the complaints that they would have about these types of males, for the most part, are moral complaints. They will complain about how the Pookies and Ray Rays have, have increased and continue to increase the crime wave that plagued Black America. They would complain about how their so-called Pookies and Ray Rays would give black males a bad image, especially in front of mainstream media, where who these types of males deemed to be Pookies and Ray Rays make up a lot of hip hop artists, right? They'll complain about the so-called Pookie hip hop artists making themselves look like clowns in front of the whole world, thus giving the image, thus giving a further negative image of the black male. These are moral issues, but yet they would complain about but yet these same individuals would state how morality is for the weak, yet complain about the lack of morality of a certain sect of black males who they deem to be quote unquote Pookies and Ray Rays. They would speak about how Pookies and Ray Rays, alongside a certain sect of black females, do not want to take responsibility for the negative things that they've contributed to Black America. But one taking responsibility for themselves is a moral thing. That's a moral thing. So a person who do not want to be responsible for themselves, that's a moral issue. Therefore, why would you complain about such moral issues when you believe that having morality is a bad thing? See, because people who lack morality lack responsibility. Because in order for you to be responsible for yourself and others, You have to have a certain level of morality. But if morality is for the weak, then you should applaud those who don't want to take responsibility for themselves. Because according to your logic, they're being strong. An irresponsible person is being strong, according to your logic. Because in order, once again, in order to be responsible, you must be moral. In order for one to be accountable for themselves, they must be moral. They must have morals. Because with morals come responsibility. See, when it comes to these types of people who at one point in time preach that morality is for the weak, what they're really stating is that they themselves don't want to be responsible for anything. Because once again, in order to, you have to have morality in order to be responsible. See, these types of niggas want everyone else to be responsible for themselves. They want everyone else to take responsibility, but they themselves don't want to be responsible for anything. That's what they're really saying. They're really saying, hey, don't hold me responsible for shit. Don't expect me to be a moral person. Don't expect me to actually have an understanding of what's right and wrong, because I'm not on here for that. So therefore, if you expect me to have these to have or to actually do right or to have an understanding of what is right and do right, then something is wrong with you. You're weak. Be real careful of anyone who have something negative to say about having morality. And don't get me wrong, none of us are perfect, right? And I have to make that as a disclaimer for all you bad comprehension having motherfuckers out here who would actually listen to this video and say, well, you think you perfect, Wacky. You think you perfect on some goofy shit, right? But no, I'm none of us are perfect. I'm by far not perfect at all. And you don't have to be perfect in order to have morality. You don't have to be perfect in order to know the or to acknowledge what is right and what is wrong, and to actually do what is right to the best of your ability. You don't have to be perfect. We're humans. We're going to fall. We're going to fall. Well, we have flaws. We have fell, and we're going to fall. We have made mistakes, and we're going to make mistakes, more mistakes in the future. We have made bad decisions in the past, and we're going to make more bad decisions in the future. But a person who have morality will actually acknowledge when they do something wrong and try their best to repair the wrongs that they've done in order to show whoever they done wrong to that they care about them so much that they're willing to fix what they've broken. This is what moral people, oh, that's called responsibility. That's called responsibility and accountability. But in order to have these things, you must have morality. But when someone says that morality is for the weak, what they're really telling you is that if they do something wrong to you, they will not do anything to fix the damage that they've caused when they've done that wrongdoing to you. This is what I'm telling you, that you have to watch out for such people who make such statements. You have to watch out for anyone who trying to make it seem as if having morality is a bad thing, or having morality is a sign of weakness, or having morality is a sign of you being naive and stupid. Be real careful with people like that, because I'm definitely careful of any. Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm definitely careful of anyone who makes such statements about those who have morality. Phew. As a matter of fact, not only am I careful with these types of people, I make sure I stay as far away from these types of people as possible because I know how I get down. I know how I get down because I know that if I do not stay away from such people will do some shit to me that will provoke me to having so much anger that I would cause real harm to them because I can be a very vindictive person. Oh, believe you me, I'm big on revenge. And knowing this about me, that's why I understand that I have to stay away from certain people for so I won't reach that level. See, that's called responsibility. I avoid the chances of something like that from happening for so I won't be placed in such positions where I end up hurting somebody. Responsibility and accountability. Once again, you have to have morality in order to be able to do such things. So for these male sta- for these male stagnation creators who at one point in time spoke negatively about having morality, they need to be avoided. They need to be treated as if they have the fucking plague and be avoided. But at the same time, such people further let you know why the online space that we label as the so-called black manosphere is in the bad state that is in currently because it's been infiltrated by people who have no morality. And you cannot expect people with no morality to create something positive, productive, and beneficial for society. Because in order to do such things, you have to have morality. Because in order to create something beneficial, productive, and positive for other people, it must consist of doing good for society. And in order for you to do good for society, you have to have morality. For morality is what? Understanding what is right and what is wrong and trying your best to do what is right. Be careful with them niggas who lack morality, man. But at the same time, it's good to listen to these motherfuckers. Just don't be close to them. Don't be ha 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 ha, on some friendly shit with them. Nah. When you listen to these stagnation creators online, they will like a lot of them hide their true colors, but they can only hide it for so long because they too stupid to actually hide their true colors the right way. Because they will often spill the beans about themselves. When you just sit down and listen to what they say, when you carefully listen to what they say, they will spill the beans about themselves and let you know how fucked up they are. And one example of that is when they have something negative to say about having morality. Because in reality, morality is not for the weak. Morality is for the strong. And that's common sense. It does not take a rocket scientist to understand that. That's fucking common sense. But when someone has something negative to say about having morality, whether they say that morality is for the weak, or they say morality is for the less intelligent, or they say that morality is for the naive, or whenever someone has talks down on having morality, something's wrong with that person. So you have to be real careful of such people. Anyhow, I'm out of here. I'm done. Peace out.